Hey, Al. So yeah, Bitcoin did what I thought it was gonna do. Um, if you wanna, if you wanna know more about that, go watch the last live video, or last couple live videos, I guess. It's one of the last two. I covered Bitcoin on it. One of the videos was for um, the traditional market, but one of them was for Bitcoin as well. So go ahead and check that out. Um, Yeah, so the Bitcoin market's doing exactly what I thought it was going to do. Well, not exactly, but more or less, right? Close enough. So, uh, basically, we came back down and we're testing this area for support again, making sure that it is valid, and we had our correction. So that's good because if we kept going too much to the upside, um, the correction that came down would have been probably a lot harsher, which would have been an overall arching macro level type bearish indicator. But because we had the crash earlier on, we could come back here and recover earlier. So we could shoot up and get higher sooner, earlier, making those higher lows. So that's what we're doing right now. We've got obviously these EMAs here acting as support and resistance, or I mean in this case they're support, right? But and and you'll notice how like these EMAs where they are, they'll correlate with the fact that price came back down to this liquidation area. Um, and is we're still above 100K, so I'm very bullish on Bitcoin still. As long as we stay above 100K, I think that we'll have no issues, shooting up to 130,000. Um, that's where I think price is going to go. This is not financial advice, by the way. This is just what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research. But I mean, this is these are the thoughts that I have when I'm trading. And then you can have access to all this. Um, and by all this, I mean this indicator. That's how I was able to, find out that price was in a good spot to be bought, or Bitcoin was in a good spot. It's now is a good time to buy. That's how I kind of figured it out. I mean, obviously, it'd be better if you bought sooner. I actually did buy sooner, but um, yeah, I figured I would just make a video just showing you guys what is going on, just as an update. So for anyone new that's watching this, I'll pull up Bitcoin on another chart, another exchange, just to show it as an example without all these drawings on it. So I'll zoom out and I'll go to the daily chart. So the way that I was able to determine that, you know, I bought Bitcoin back in around here, somewhere around there. Can't remember exactly, but so the way that I'm able to determine whether or not Bitcoin or any other asset is a good buy or a good sell um, is look for an inflection point and try to discern as to whether or not that inflection point, uh, if price is um, trending aggressively enough against it for it to actually act as an inflection point. Because like you'll see here, price wasn't really it was aggressive here at the top at first when it first started coming down, but as it approached this line, it was not aggressive enough. So that's why it went back up. But here, price aggressively went through this line, making it an inflection point and continuing the trend in the market to go to the downside based on this red step line here, right? Same thing for this purple step line. Um, and then those red and purple step lines, those lines are basically the same thing as this orange line and this purple line here and this green line. Um, so what I've got set up here on this indicator, and you can get access to this too, is these are my settings here. But if you want access to this indicator, comment, like, and subscribe. The first 1,000 people that do so will get this indicator for free forever, for life, as long as TradingView, um, you know, supports, adding other users to their to the platform for this indicator. Then I'll make it available to you or to those users. Just make sure you leave your TradingView username in the comments section, um, so that I know who you are, so I can actually add you. But yeah, the other thing that this indicator comes with, um, it's, I mean, I go into detail on it in my other live videos. I mean, I don't want to make every live video an explainer on how to use this indicator, but you get access to it for free. I basically, have been correct in my predictions, I guess you could call them, right? They're not really predictions, so to speak, but, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. But this is a great indicator for anybody who's just starting to get into trading, to use, because you see all the micro and macro trends going on in the market. Looking at it from a larger time frame and then drilling down. Here I'm on the daily, so you can see on a macro level, this purple line that's coming up. It's raging upwards, and that is a little concerning. Um, just because of the fact that the closer price gets to any of these lines, the 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 higher likely of a chance that we will have a trend reversal, right? So here you saw price coming up, getting closer, or I'm sorry, this red line coming up and getting closer and closer to price, and then once it did, we potentially saw a reversal. We kind of had like a little mini reversal, I guess. It didn't really come crashing down, right? Kind of just went, kind of fizzled out sideways and downwards. But then, the overall arching bullish trend is still valid here. So that's what we're looking for. We've got this green line forming, so we can see that there's another layer, another level of trend, developing on this daily chart, and obviously this purple line is our biggest indicator here, and we can change the values of these lines by changing the time frame on any of them. So I think that line 6 is the green one, pretty sure. No, is it line 5? No. Line 3? No. Line 2? Yeah, I don't know why I said line 6. I had a brain fart. Yeah, it was line 2. So line 2 is the green one. So, and then which one's the purple one? Is it line 1? Yeah, alright. So this is the monthly line, this purple line, and then this green one is the 3-month. So, it's the time frame, the settings aren't as relevant to remember, right? Once you have them set, you can set them, and you can change them whenever you want. They're fluid. So, but once you have them set, you can see where the market's going, where it's been, how things are breaking down from a high level and at a low level simultaneously. That is the power of this indicator. So, like I said, you can use it for free. Just make sure you follow the steps I described earlier in this live. And yeah, let me just briefly talk about, I guess, these little blocks. These are liquidation zones. I talk about them more in my other live videos. I guess I'm not really gonna go deep into it right now, but if you're interested, go ahead and check those out. Let's go back to the TA itself that I'm running on Bitcoin. Um, so this thing right here, this is what this is a Fibonacci drawing. So basically, what you'll do in TradingView, if you want to add this to your chart, is you'll go over here and you'll click on this option right here, and then it'll pull up. Um, uh, then once you click on it, you could click somewhere and then drag it somewhere else, and there you go. It's actually, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, yeah, that's the right one. So yeah, you can go up or down, um, and that's how you draw that. So after you draw that, you'll be able to see these levels here, and I know they're kind of mixed in with these candles, so it makes it kind of hard to see. But if you pull it up on your chart, it's a lot easier to manipulate the chart and look at it yourself, so you can see what these numbers actually are. 96, 140. I mean, I can't even really see that. It's kind of blended in, so I have to kind of look to the right to see where price is landing. But same thing here. So, anyways, so if you already know what fibs are, that's great. Um, but if you don't, for those that don't, it kind of, each one of these lines that is drawn on the chart, including this one, serves as a potential magnet for where price is going to go, right? And the more indicators you have landing at the same level, um, the higher likelihood that that area will act as a magnet. So if I kind of zoom out a little bit here, you'll see that this liquidation level was drawn here, right? And basically, here's the bottom of the liquidation level. Here's a support and resistance line. Here's another one. Here's another one. So price is acting as a magnet around these support and resistance lines in correlation with the liquidation level, right? So basically what we're looking for is price to bounce off and correct to the upside. It could go to the downside on Bitcoin. As long as we stay above 100K, I think we'll be all right. But potentially price could come down to 91,000, right? Potentially. That's worst case scenario. I wouldn't necessarily be bearish if price went down that far, but I would be looking at the market very closely and considering a potential reversal, right? A potential trend reversal, depending on what happens with these lines. So, um, as far as the price action goes, yeah, I think that let me go back to the hourly just to see what's going on. Yeah, so with this blue step line, that's the 4 hour, um, and with this acting as support, and with price crossing above the blue line, if it crosses above the blue line and closes above the blue line, then it's likely going to come and test this yellow line again as a level of resistance. And if it breaks through it, then we'll probably come back down and test it as a level of support. At which point, if it acts as support, will go even higher, which is what I'm hoping for, and I think that's what's going to happen on Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure. So again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Don't ever invest any money that you are not willing to lose. Nothing in life is guaranteed. So with that, I will end the live stream, and yep, that's it for